so when we went on this trip, we went to Texas. The funeral was in Houston. We drove to the Gulf, Galveston, 1021. Those 5 places that the soldiers stopped in that time and saw these big old mansions. I mean, that is just beautiful what the people done in that community, you know, because it was a thriving community. And the Moody family was the family who didn't the Moody family was the family that gave the black people opportunity, gave them paid positions, working in their warehouses and giving them their value and everything, helping them become into their own, because the Moody's, they wasn't into, they didn't have any plantations or anything like that. But they had cotton warehouses, they had banks. You know, I learned that he taught his 6-year-old daughter how to run a business by selling eggs at 6 years old. So I came back on fire to let the youth know that, hey, you can be anything you want. You can do anything that's possible. And you can start now. What is it that you want to be? What is it that you want to go with? Dad, I don't know. Well, you need to start tuning it in. But I can give you the principles to success. Because I went and learned the principles to success. And I learned so late in the game. So I encourage the young people to honor the elders for the grunt work and the hard work and the labor that they done put in. Because that's something that we don't do enough of. You know, we done got caught up in all the distractions. It's a lot of them out here, y'all. But we got to tune in and go back to what was working. And that's us taking care of us. That's when we thrive the most, is when we kept that dollar amongst us. See, I went and learned this. And then I'm walking around with everything that I learned, that I'm supposed to hate you and disrespect you and talk down to you, and you see what I'm saying? This is what they taught me. This is the part that I picked up. Not the part we come together. We go out here and we build this house together. We go out here and we build this hardware together. We go out here and build this sewing machine, what they call it, seamstress together. Whatever the needs was, they did it together. And they got behind one another. If you sold trousers, all my trousers came from you. If you did shirts, all my shirts came to you. But guess what? If I hosted or I was the MC, guess who you came and got? Because that job is what fed me. You know, I was just talking to another young entrepreneur, B.H. Hunt out there, man. Been out here grinding a long time, got a little clothing brand. And he survived and making it. And I just told him that, I said, hey, check this out, man. I need you to get me 2 jogging outfits, one with DW3, one with BCB. I said, matter of fact, even one with Prince Hall Masonic on it. I'm serious about this, y'all. This is the vibe that I'm on because I'm paying attention to the times. Everything is resetting. I mean, WT, have anything been given to you in your life? You work for everything that you have, haven't you? I'm a black person and I know that everything that I have, I work for. Everything. So I don't get caught up in the noise because I know I've been grinding all my life to prove who I am. I don't need nobody to give me favor to say, hey, Doug, I like the way you talk, man. Come on over here. Let me give you a job. I ain't never got a job on my looks. Hey, a lot of people don't like me because they can't put a leash on me. So I apologize, but I'm done. That's what helps BCB be BCB. And as y'all learn more about this organization, there's no one here but my father. He's not even here tonight. The only one that I knew before building community bridges. Every staff member, every volunteer, they believed in the vision. And I believed in them because they had something that they wanted to do and wanted to give back. Well, here go your platform. Let's do what it do. So I'm going to turn this back over to Ms. Key. Please enjoy y'all evening and stay encouraged.
I better give it up for him. He going all the way back. He giving you present. He going to the future, okay? We are connecting. We are staying connected. That is the message. And do what you do because you the only one who can do it, boo. I'm going to say it again. Do what you better do because you are the only one who can do you, boo. Okay? All right. While you guys eat, we do have a poem from Teresa the Songbird.
You so black. You so black. When you smile, the stars come out. You so black. When you born, the God come out. Black is not. Black when it's wrong and black when it's right. Black is pyramids and mathematics. Black is melanized and magic. Black is televised and in need of drastic black advancement. Black enhances, black with chances, black with privilege, black with pride, black on purpose on the black hand side. Black and beautiful, black and blessed and highly favored, praise the Lord, black and blessed, black and so much more, black and nothing less. Black and educated. Black is brilliant. Black is strong. Black is resilient. Black is song. Black is infinite, like hip-hop or space. Black is grace. Black is love. Black makes babies. Black is hard to do. Black is me. Black is you. Black is not something we get to choose, but it is something we get to cherish. It's something we get to wear, and we get to rock this with honor. I'm black like my granddaddy and my great-great-great-great-grandma. Black is that lift every voice and sing. Black is that letting your freedom ring and resound. Black is adjective, adverb, color, and noun. You so black. Oh, you so black. When you smile, the stars come out. Baby, you so black. When you're born, the God come out.
I just have to, make sure we remind y'all who you are. That's all. I hope you know, because I know. Look at your neighbor and say, I know that you powerful. I don't hear everybody. Look at your neighbor and say, I know that you powerful. All right. Ladies, go ahead.
Y'all chowing down and everything, we're here to celebrate Black history. So let me tell y'all while y'all eating how building community bridges came into manifestation. I had went to prison back in 2012. And in 2013, I had went through some psychological things. This is when I say my higher power got to dealing with me. The first thing was I lost my mother. And it was difficult because I was her baby. And I was in prison and I couldn't be there for her. The only memory that I have is hearing her fight with her breath. I'm talking about strangling. And it hurt me because my mother was suffering. She had a very painful death. And then I reflected over her life. It was rough. You know, she grew up single parent. Grandfather was World War II vet. She had me at 17. The man she loved got murdered in 86. And everything just went downhill after that. My mother never bounced back. I was one of those households that was affected. She did heroin, crack. And I'm not telling y'all this story to have no sympathy or anything. I just want y'all to know the breakthrough, what I've been through. She did crack, heroin, pills, drunk alcohol, smoked cigarettes. And I didn't know till I started putting all this stuff together at 38 that she was dealing with a mental breakdown. Because the man that she loved, the night that he got murdered, they got into a big old argument. So the last thing that she remembered telling him is to get out. And he threw his keys on the stairs. A couple hours later, he went and got murdered. So my mother, she never bounced back after that. She lived like that from 1986 to 2013, January 14th. So, next, the woman that I was with at that time, raised her kids, we was together 7 years. She said she wanted a divorce. That was in February. In March, this is all in 2013, y'all. In March, I was out on the yard. 1208616 to the caseworker office. I go down to the caseworker office. Caseworker give me a telephone number and said, this is about your kids. Call this number. So I call it. My daughter Alexa get on the phone and she busts out in tears and said, Daddy, come get us. I was in prison. So at that moment, I had a death, y'all. At that moment, I had made my mind up that I was going to get the control in my life for the first time because I realized that I never was in control. I realized that I have always allowed other people to influence my thought, influence my actions. So in order for me to get the control, I had to deal with my trauma. Because I was one of them young guys who went from 12 years old to a young man because I was sitting in dope houses 24 hours a day, seven days a week. So I ain't had no teenage life. Like I said, when my mother had that breakdown, I was one of those households that was affected. I don't know if y'all watched that show Snowfall, but that reminded me of my childhood because that's what it was. And that story happened in California. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. See, that's one thing I learned about our government, man, that it systematically does things to certain communities. I started traveling, I go from Detroit to Cincinnati, it's the same thing. I go from Cincinnati to Des Moines, it's different. When I go over to Davenport or Waterloo, it's the same thing. Wait a minute. I go to Chicago, it's the same thing. So I'm realizing this at 38 years old, y'all. So I started going to counseling, therapy, and reading self-realization books. Now, I have always had my higher power with me. I always knew the importance of God because God has brought me through some hard times. But I always veered from God anytime that it got hard. Anybody know what I'm saying? Have you ever been through something and everything go good, going smooth, you praising and you singing, and then as soon as something go wrong, you fall off the wagon? That was me, y'all. But not anymore. I went and got the control back in an uncontrolled environment. I took on this challenge in prison. I don't know if anybody ever been in prison, but it's not your world. That's a world that's ran by the people who is in charge. So things began to change for me in my life when I started making those decisions. I went from the first time going up for parole, I got denied parole. The second time I went up for parole, I was able to get parole. I had 84 years over my head. I began to overcome a lot of challenges. I learned to forgive myself. I learned to forgive others. I came to the realization that if it happened 5 seconds ago, I cannot do anything about it but learn from it and keep moving forward. I started connecting the dots and paying attention that everything that has life, it only goes one way, forward. We mess up when we keep looking in the back, when we keep turning around. I started understanding the story about if you look back, you're going to turn into that pillar of salt. I began to understand because now you're doubting. Now you're doubting. So, in the process of all of this, y'all, I'm on fire. I'm looking forward to the day that I get out and I bring this message and energy and I come back home to pay it forward. And I knew that I just wanted to come back and just tell my story. So I get out in 2014. By the end of 2014, I got 2 more cases that they set on. Had me in the paper like I got caught up in a tree, like a drug bust. 5 days before I made parole, I was in Jefferson newspaper with 2 brand new cases that they set on while I was in prison. By the end of 2014, I had 4 cases. So I ended up on dual status, walked down 84 years, and I got off of probation and parole in 2018. In the meantime of doing all that, I had a 5-star detail shop named Doug's Auto Detailing in this time. Within the 2 years, from 2014 to 2016, I learned that business inside and out. The man I learned from name was Joe Sims. He's been doing it for 25 years. He taught me a side of the game that I didn't know existed, and that's the dealer side. I was a dealership detail shop. So it was always work. It was more work than one person can handle. So what I do, I began to employ individuals who was just like me. And that $150,000. Half of that was overhead. So, at that time, February for the Super Bowl, I finally had my plan that said, hey, I want to go ahead and start this organization. And the group that I took it to was sitting at a table just like that. This is the Super Bowl party, y'all. These people who I'm kicking it with. In my house, in the basement. And I said, hey, I need an executive board to start this organization called Building Community Bridges. And guess what they did, y'all? They all laughed at me. Doug, you're not serious. Ha ha ha. He he he. None of them in my life today. So it hurt me. So at the time that I got Doug's Auto Detailing going on, I met another young entrepreneur. I used to be a bad drinker. I'm a recovering alcoholic too, y'all. I haven't had a drink in 5 years. But how I met this next person. I met him at the liquor store, and I tasted his food. And then that same week, I started buying lunch from him for my employees on Fridays. And he's working at the store, building his business. So we began to build a relationship, and I had told him what was going on, what happened with BCB, what they did to me, and he had gave me some encouragement. He actually believed in it. He said, Doug, let's go ahead and do it. I said, you know what, Raj, let's do it. So Raj helped me put the first pamphlet together. My son brother up in Columbia gave me the structure. And I didn't even know he was going to be my son brother at that time. And me and Raj sat down, put that pamphlet together. We had our first fundraiser. He brought the food because he was the cook. And I brought me. And then we met Zoe, and we had us a basketball team. We had our first set of kids to work with, and we was off to the races. Our first location was over there off the Industrial. And it was a mess. Disaster. Now, all these things I started, y'all, I had no pot to piss in. Just a whole bunch of faith. A whole bunch of belief. And I knew that I was a hard worker. So as we got building community bridges off the ground, I started going to the places where kids is, the school systems, prison system, where all the at-risk kids is, and the doors started getting slammed in my face. It was painful. Because when they went to go do their background check on me, all this monster came up. We can't let you live. We don't care what you got going on. Care about your organization? Oh, Doug, man, I took it to the board and they said no go. Oh, man, I'm telling you. Hey, at one time, man, when me and Alicia first got together, I got tired of talking to landlords because of my record. So, we had our first fundraiser, generated the energy behind it, and we knew the urgency. The man that's sitting right there, as y'all going to see more of tonight, he stepped with me every single step because he knew the urgency. And I believed in him as much as he believed in me. He was by my side until help came. But it was him that pushed me to help me be right here before y'all. When we got this building, he'd be upstairs helping me scrape floors and up in here painting. And I mean, the urgency. He knew it. He would be rocking with me and the wife. It was not too many because we still building. Everybody still new. One of the ways that we used to raise money around here to get stuff done was throw parties for Lincoln. And I'll be telling them young boys when they're in here, hey, this is going to be a community center. I'm doing this for that. I'm giving back to the community. And at the end of the night, I got footprints all over the wall. Bottles and Swisher Streets all everywhere. Fights and everything. Because they just thought it was a party night. They didn't believe that it was going to be a community center. Every time we would put blood, sweat, and tears and throw money in here to pay a bill to a slum lord. When it rained or snowed, we had to come in here and mop floors. Not today. Not today. We may have got a couple of little leaks because we still raising money. We still poor. But hey, I don't walk around here like we poor. I don't hold my head down. I don't transmit that energy. I got too many people depending on you. You have too many people depending on you. Then I met my wife at that fundraiser. She didn't know it at that time. I knew it, because I loved the way she walked down that ramp. Boy, she has some confidence. It's been a long time since I seen a woman with that type of confidence. I was gone from the walk. And every man that I hung around at that time told me, hey, dog, you don't stand a chance with that one. What? First woman I ever courted. I'm bald-headed up here. I'm going to tell her I'm going locked. She thought I was crazy. But that got me in her chair. I set appointments to be late. She be fired. I thought that worked. I get to try to get you try. I know how smooth it over, but I'm getting to know her. And I'm finding out that we done been through the same thing. We just yin and yang. You just a male and you just a female and I'm a male. But we've been down through that. And when she realized it, and when she saw the vision, she hooked in. And she saw the urgency. She put blood, sweat, she just put blood, sweat, tears into the street. The whole team did. It's a family here. Everybody you see here tonight is family. This is what we built since November 16, 2017, y'all. So thank y'all. Enjoy.
Let's give it up one more time for the founder of Building Community Bridges. And he was not playing. He had to go through a lot of adversity and still going through adversity, but he's still standing, he's still smiling, and he's still grooving, motivating the next person. So that should be a testament for yourself, no matter what you go through, no matter who say no, no matter who don't like you, no matter who don't believe in you, you still do whatever you do because ain't nobody gonna do it like you, boo-boo. Okay? So, we got one more speaker before we get to the awards. Before we do that, how was the food? Did it feel elegant? A little razzle-dazzle? All right. Shout out to Tawanda's Cafeteria once again. Miss Kiera Johnson is going to bless us on the stage. Let's give her a round of applause, please.
Jesus, good morning. It feels so soft. I wasn't expecting it to feel this soft up here, but it feels great. I can understand why people buy something. How are you all doing today? Wonderful, wonderful. I'm glad to see so many faces that are only just reminders of our history, right? So I want to say something that I always tend to talk about, right? Because when we get to Black history, something that we commonly tend to do is talk about the history, right? Our ancestors. But something that I want to make sure that I focus on and that I bring to the table is about what we're going to do to focus on our future next. Our history is extremely important. It's how we got to where we are. But with that in mind, I'm going to do something that I always do, and that's quote my favorite poem by Maya Angelou, Still I Rise. I know, right? We said amen. Amen. All right. And it says, you may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still like dust. I'll rise. Does my sassiness upset you? Why are you beset with gloom? 'Cause I walk just like moons and like suns with the certainty of tides, just like hope springing high, still I rise. Did you want to see me broken, bowed head and lowered eyes? Shoals falling down like teardrops, weakened by my soulful cries. Does my haughtiness offend you? Don't you take it awful hard. Shame, I rise. Up from path that's rooted in pain, I rise. I'm a black ocean, leaping and wide, welling and swelling, I bear in the tides. I'ma go back. Does my sexiness upset you? Does it come as a surprise? That I dance like I've got diamonds at the meeting of my thighs. Out of the huts of history's shame, I rise. Up from the past that's rooted in pain, I rise. I'm a black ocean leaping and wide, welling and swelling, I bear in the tide, leaving behind nights of terror and fear. I rise into a daybreak that's wondrously clear. I rise, bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave. I am the dream and the hope of the slave. I rise, I rise, I rise. Thank you. Now let's get into the meat and potatoes. When we talk about rising, I want to know as a community where we are when we say that we rise. Is this a collectiveness that we're doing? Or are we doing this singularly? Because if we're doing it alone, well, we found one of the variables that are wrong in this equation. Because there has to be a level of togetherness in order for our communities to constantly prosper. So I'm going to tell you just a little bit about who I am. And I thank God in the beginning. My name is Kiara Johnson, and I proudly tell everyone that I am from the city of East St. Louis, Illinois. Home of the Flyers, orange and blue. And through this, I've looked at my community for a number of years and realized, after going to college in several places, that my community did not look like the communities that I went to school in. It did not look like a suburban area. It did not look like it was adequate. It did not look as if it was sufficient. It looked as if it lacked resources. And it did. See, I didn't notice it when I was growing up because it was right there. There was a liquor store on every corner. There was a church on every corner. The same people that you saw when you graduated high school, you would see them again. Under what circumstances is this acceptable within our community? How will we rise? What questions are we asking ourselves? So I got back to my community and I talked with my grandmother because I wasn't sure what I wanted to focus on in school. And I remember stoutly telling her, looking her in her face and changing my major from journalism and communications to political science and criminal justice. And she looked at me with such awe in her face and she said, Kiki, but why? And I said, because I don't understand. I don't understand what's happening in my community. Why that I had to lose a friend in order for me to understand that the things that happen in my community are not the same things that happen in the communities around me. So what is the variable that's keeping us here in this place? The reason why we have these consistent issues where we have a community that is in depth with poverty. But the communities around it don't look the same. How will we build community bridges? How will we rise? So I studied at the University of South Alabama, and upon My last year of school, I kept thinking, what am I going to do? What do I do? And I couldn't think of anything. I called my mentor, and she said, it's okay. I want you to apply for a job as a circuit clerk. I made no money. I just want everybody to know that. My first day job, I made no money at all. It was literally $25,000 a year. Take-home pay was like $800. And I was a mother. And I didn't understand how I would be able to continue to persevere by myself. Because at a young age, I lost both my mother and my father to a homicide-suicide, something that continuously faces the people that are around me every single day. So this also brings a level of trauma and mental illness because I have to deal with other people who have had the same issues that cannot express those issues because we're all dealing with the same matters. Again, in our community, how are we building community bridges? So here's what happens. I worked for the Supreme Court for 6 years after that. I took another job working in policy and compliance. But finally, I accepted a job as the chief of staff at the state capitol right here in Jefferson City, Missouri. And here's what I found. That there is a problem in our community. And here it is. We vote when we have legislative ideas, also known as bills, that come across the aisle that are literally there to hurt our communities, and we don't have the representation to go into committees and sit down and say, I don't want that. Or we don't band together and call our representatives and our state senators and say, I don't want that. And when we get tired of saying, I don't want that, and that nobody listens to us, then we say, I'm going to run for that. Because that's the next step. And if you can't run, you walk somebody to that office and you ask them and say, I need you to do this because I feel like you're the one. But what you can't do is counsel yourself out as if you're not the one. This is how we build community bridges. When I talk about my senator, State Senator Angela Walton Mosley, one of the first of her kind to sit in a seat as an African American person, male or female, to sit in a seat, and in case we don't know, just this little piece of knowledge right now, in the state of Missouri, Black women are 1 in 4 times more likely to die than any other race. But why? Well, if we check the Missouri State Highway Patrol website, 42% of that website is African American women. 42%. Missouri is one state that touches 8 other states. When my senator brought this bill to the floor, before bringing it to the floor, they didn't want it. Back when we asked people to help push this idea, write this bill, this idea that we need a task force to investigate this issue, but we couldn't get people to come to the committee. How do we not have African American women that don't come to the committees in order to hear the information so that we can say, yes, I stand for that. Let me get my representative on the line right now and tell her I want that. We have to understand that the power to vote is what changes our community, that builds the community bridges that we need in order to get the resources that we act like we've never had. We have to be careful when we complain. We have to be careful when we're upset. Because when we see people sitting in these offices and sitting in these seats, I beg you to ask them the right questions and hold them accountable and hold yourselves accountable. When we talk about building community bridges, when we talk about Black history, when we talk about rising, look at your community and ask yourselves, have you done everything that you knew that you were supposed to do in order to make sure that you sowed seeds for the fruits of our labor? For the fruits of our ancestors' labor, have we done everything that we needed to do? But until we have a collective attitude to stand together, not just because we're Black, because we can see the issues around us, y'all. How could so many people fight so hard for us to sit here? And I'm not talking about the ones sitting here. Y'all know the ones I'm talking about. When we talk about these elections, when we talk about the things that matter, it's your children. It's these generations that are coming after us. It's these kids that need our communities to come together with the gifts that my ancestors gave. I am the dream and the hope of the slave. If that is you, clap your hands. And I'd just like to say thank you.
That's my sister, y'all. Shout out to OES Order of Eastern Star Day in the building. And as well as for the brothers of Prince Hall Masonic. Capital City Lodge, number 9. I gotta get it right. I got a long title now. Alright, y'all have been waiting for this. We are now about to get it started, giving out all of our beautiful awards. We all decked out over here, okay? This is beautiful. So, let's get started. DJ, can I get some background music? Yes, indeed. All right. Walk this way. All right. For our honorees, please make sure when we call your name that you go up the red stairs and down the blue stairs so that we can get your photo. All right? All right. We are going to start.
Douglas. Let the kids do that. We'll work with these. All right, let's start this off with our religious leadership. You know, everyone, well, I think everyone in here believes in a higher power, don't we? Okay, so there is always somebody to lead the flock. And so we like to honor the people that have been nominated to help lead the flock in our community. I'm going to start off with Pastor Adrian Hendricks, who is not with us this evening. And then I'm going to move on to Pastor Moses Carbon. There's Coach Moses.
See you, Coach. Yeah.
Coach Moses, on behalf of the community, we're delighted to congratulate you. Take pride in knowing that you are an inspiration to the Black community and our city. In recognition of your outstanding dedication, leadership, and service to the community, your contributions have uplifted and inspired those around you, leaving lasting impacts on the lives that you have touched. Thank you, Coach Pastor Moses. Now this man I have known all my life. Well, I guess as long as I could remember, he's been around in this community.
Hey, yes. uh, hey, I had to introduce this next person at a prior event, man, and when I went and did some homework on him, man, he has been grassroots in Jeff City and for his people since he's been here. From the Boogie. Him and his wife have done beautiful things up here in Jeff City. And I'm happy that he allowed me and my wife to be part of the organization that they got off the ground to represent him and his wife, continue their legacy and everything. So it's an honor to give this next award to W.T. Edmondson.
This is the person that our community has nominated as 2025 Building Community Bridges Black History Month Religious Leadership Award nominee. How do I say that? The winner of this category is, drum roll please, and is also a proud member of Building Community Bridges Board as well. We would like to give it up for Pastor Gregory Reed.
And he's also a mentor. You know, he got, y'all got any young men? Any young men? He's good. He got a man of valor over there at his church. He worked with these kids and he poured into these kids. So if you got any young men that need any guidance, he will be a good man to introduce them to. Give him another round of applause.
The young men of valor are also one of our sponsors for our program tonight. All right, we're going to move on to business excellence. So you know, back in the day, the black dollar stayed within the black community. So it is very, being an entrepreneur myself, it's very important to me, and it's very inspiring to me to see other young people go on and become entrepreneurs, because it is not easy to be your own boss. It's not easy to only depend on you to know where the money is coming from, to be able to take care of everything that you have going on. So to all of my entrepreneurs in the room, I want to congratulate you and say thank you for everything that you do for Jefferson City. But tonight we're going to honor a few. And the first one up is Mr. Braden Hunter. Brandon, I'm sorry. B. Hunt, that's what I know him as. B. Hunt is the owner of New True Clothing. He is the only black clothing designer that has a storefront in Jefferson City. So you guys have to go and check him out.
Yes, please, y'all, because he's been out here doing this thing. We always invite him to our events to come sit at the table and everything. Like I was telling y'all earlier, I have put a personal order in. My wife utilized him for the restaurant, and we have utilized him for some other gear before. And as you know that anything that you start and the more that you do it, the better that you get. So if you got a design, a logo, an idea, or anything like that, take it with him and y'all do some type of collaboration and make it happen. And we can do a fashion show, you know, because we got Miss Key right there, you know what I'm saying?
You know.
We have some people that aren't here, guys. So we're going to move on to our other business nominee, and she, come on out that kitchen.
And then we got a couple other awards, like she said, that they're not here, but I do want to give them some shout-outs real quick. Bcb-Black Excellent Awards. Everybody in here should have heard of Bandit Hughes. He got Bodies by Bandit, you know what I'm saying? Give him a big shout-out real quick. He been out here in Jefferson grinding from a long time. He another brother that come from the bottom to the top, you know, give back and inspiration, motivation he's learning over the years. And then we also have Business Excellent Lawrence Hall, who is also a board member of Building Community Bridges, and he has a vintage store. So if you're into vintage, throwback, or anything like that, y'all need to go through there and check him out. And if you don't have it, he's been doing this for years, y'all. This is the first time. He generally goes to places and set up and all that, but this is the first time that he got behind himself and opened up a store for him. So, you know, and it's vintage, it's laid back, and if he don't have it in the store, I'm quite sure he can find it because he's been doing this for a very long time. So, give him a big shout out and go by and show him some love.
And our Business Excellence 2025 category nominee winner is none other.
My sister.
I just want to say that part first. I wanted to say it first.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Shut up. My bad.
That's not the only introduction. My sister, an owner of Bo's Kitchen, who did our appetizers for this evening, our hors d'oeuvres that was out in the foyer area. She's also the owner of The Sisters, and she makes some incredible oils and yoni steams. If you guys see her table out there in the hall, her two young boys are that are walking around picking up stuff. We're hosting her table. So go check Miss Chelsea out. But she is our 2025 Business Excellence category winner tonight. Welcome up my sister, Chelsea Robinson. There's a lot of OES ladies in the room. Can I get a shout out? Can we get, we don't have a wave! And thank you to all my sisters for helping me out this evening, pull off this event. We appreciate you. Thank you. Moving on.
All right, y'all, this next category is about a fine young man that I have met by being part of a great organization where they take good men. Like I said, yes, they take good men and make them better. So this next category is youth. Let me say it right. Youth leader. All right? Now, let me get back to where I was at. All right. Now, this brother right here, man, got a heart pure as gold. Anytime you see him, he got his kids. He always talking about the young people, giving back to the young people. He's creative, he's supportive, and he's loving, and he's understanding. And the opportunity he came over here and saw what he is doing, he began to bring his family. And they have became part of the extended family. And he is also one of my brothers over at Capital City Lodge, number 9, brother DeMarcus Schofield.
Y'all keep it up until he get up.
Come on!
That's my bag.
See, that's what I love about this organization, man. See, I came from that dark side, y'all, and now I'm over here on the light. I'm around great men, great women, and man, it's just beautiful, man, to be able to be around and energized and empowered amongst the Black excellence. Thank y'all, man.
Now, two of my youth leaders are working Miss King. But I would, come on, get off the stage, girl, get off the stage. This young lady here, Miss Kiara Brown, and if you want to put your camera down, we can do that both at the same time.
Hey, these two young people right here, man. When I first met these young people, they were over at Lincoln University. And they are graduates of Lincoln University. And they had dreams. And they wanted to give back. And I met him through my wife, Sharon, and she does there. And I don't like men, so any man that came around, I had to know the truth. But she was like, oh yeah, all right. Cool. I got to meet him and got to know him mostly. And hey man, it's an honor to have both of them, man. They hooked in and felt the urgency. These young people right here, man. And they when that space upstairs, that's the first space that they put they all into. Because they say that space upstairs, she got her crew up here, they did them all in the man. And he did his video and photography. Then we started this boxing program back here. He didn't know nothing about boxing. But Moses needed somebody back here. Because Moses loved kids. This is Moses' dream to a reality. See, building community bridges is a place that dreams become a reality. And we do it just off our hope and energy. Everything we have manifested. So, Kiara Brown. Aura Brown. See, I've been doing that all my life.
I got it right now.
Yeah. I've been doing that. That's why I just say keep. And this is Mr. Wolfie Bellator. These are our young people. This is the future of building community bridges. Give it up, Bill.
We love you.
Good job.
Now, I know whenever I was going to, growing up, going to elementary school, on into middle school, you know how to work it. Now, what I was saying was, I remember when I was growing up in school, there wasn't very many educators of my color or that were black women. So we have phenomenal black women that are educators right here in Jefferson City. Not only are they...
Hold on, y'all. I got one more youth leader. I do apologize if I have somebody that's not here. And they are very dear to this program here. They're part of the Bcb family also. They run the dance program. They are the leader of the room. And her name is Jasmine. You know, Jasmine. Give her a shout out, y'all. She's not here tonight. But she's not here tonight. Her parents are here. Her father's sitting back there and her mother back there. And she was the Miss Centennial. Now see, I did that right. Over there at Lincoln University. You know what I'm saying? And when she over here, she poured all she knows into them kids. I done watched them kids go from the back with no confidence to walking out this front door, walking in these parades, being at the living windows. Y'all done seen them do Jefferson, y'all. Give them a round of applause again.
And Yankee is the dance coach of the Royal Tigerettes. All right, back to the phenomenal educators of Jefferson City. What I was saying was they not only were school teachers in the classroom, they have taken it a step farther, and they are leaders in the school. So I want to give it up to our first phenomenal Black excellence educator and principal at Lewis and Clark Middle School, Miss Rhonda Allen Lewis. That have all of our nominees' information, their bios on there, and you guys can take those home with you. So they're on every table, but if yours is not on your table, keep looking because you have one on one of these tables. But you guys are welcome to take those with you as well. Now our 2025. I got a little chill down my spine. This lady and I go way back because she's also a client in the salon, so we do a lot of conversating in the beauty chair. And there's been some times that she's encouraged me, and I hope there's some times that I've encouraged her. But just being able to be her hairstylist during the time and friend when she was going through school and getting her doctoral degree, and when she became Dr. Delores Skaggs. For I don't know her, she is also a principal at Gordon Elementary School, Jefferson City's first STEM academy. So isn't that phenomenal? The only STEM school in Jefferson City is led by a Black woman. Give it up for Dr. Skaggs, you guys. Our next award category is Community Service Award. So we want to thank you guys for everything that you do in the community. So there is a couple of different girl power type of groups that are in Jefferson City. I don't know if you guys have heard of them or not, but they're here. One of those organizations is on the campus of Lincoln University, and they are sitting behind me. These young ladies have committed to our Lotus program, and so they come over and they help Kiara Brown, who is our Lotus instructor, tutor the children, mentor the children throughout the school year. And so we always like to make sure that we honor and support these young ladies because these are our future. They're all in college, okay? So these are the next educators, these are the next money movement, power building people. So we want to give it up for the Queens United, and everybody can come up and receive if you want to. For all the community service that you do, thank you.
Keep it going, keep it going. Keep it going.
Hey, I really appreciate the ladies, man, because when they came over here and heard what we was doing, they was the first group that actually used the words, hey, we're going to adopt this Lotus program. And they've been over here, man, you know, during the school year, they come over here and they, like you said, they work with these kids. They take them on field trips. They work with them. They love what they do. They love the response from the kids. It's just beautiful. I love it because they're being empowered. They believe it in themselves, y'all. This is our future right here. Part of it. Give them a round of applause. Making a name for themselves.
Now this next lady, this next woman, sorry, This next woman is absolutely phenomenal to be able to have the strength and the ability and the knowledge to endure what she is enduring currently for our people, for our community, to be that voice where we don't get heard often. And so I ran for city council on 2 different occasions. And on the second time, I ran with this woman. And y'all already know what I'm talking about. I ran with Dr. Trinka Young. And the second time, we lost together. We had a party and to celebrate and to count down, and we lost together. And she said, I'm going to do it again. And I'm so glad that she did it again because she won. And right now, Trinka is battling on that city council with, hey, you in the ring! She's battling on that city council, but she's speaking up and she's speaking out, and her voice is being heard, and we appreciate that. We really do. So we want to just thank you for your community service because that is the ultimate community service.
And she over there speaking up, y'all, so go down there doing the politics and go down there and show us some support. Because she do not hold her tongue. She let them know where they at. So get behind her.
I see the cage popping out. They outside, okay?
Do you want to call out Jefferson? Our next group of young ladies is also a phenomenal group of young women that have done some phenomenal things at BCB. They have donated their time during Christmas. They have donated items for Easter, for Christmas, and a lot of them are multifaceted with the hats. Chelsea Robinson is a part of this group as well as Queens United, and Keith was a part of Queens United as well. So, hey, we in here deep. But we want to honor the National Association of Colored Women Club for their community service and the work that they do here in the Jefferson City community. Give it up for these ladies. Now, you know, in our community, there's not very many times that we get to come together and celebrate stuff outside of Black History Month. There is one other holiday that they let us celebrate. Can anybody tell me what the holiday is? Juneteenth! It is Juneteenth. And so, although the president of the Juneteenth board is not here tonight, we do have some cheer people that are here tonight. And the ones that have built the legacy of what we know as Juneteenth Jefferson City. And so we would like to honor you guys and thank you for the community service that you do in putting on the Juneteenth celebration for Jefferson City, Missouri each and every year. Thank you, Juneteenth Jefferson City Board. The next person that I'd like to honor, and is also one of my sisters as well, she came up here and spoke and told us how we can build community bridges, because we have to get out here and do what? So y'all know what I'm talking about. We want to welcome Ms. Kiara Johnson to the stage and thank her for her community service with the We Speak Foundation and everything that she does for suicide prevention as well. Thank you, Ms. Kiara Johnson. Yes! Now, this lady, she's here every Monday and every Thursday at Bcb, and she had to run and go pick up her child, so she took off. But I still want to honor her. She comes to our food pantry every Monday and Thursday and gets food to go put in the food boxes around town. If you guys ever seen them, she travels to Columbia. She travels, and anywhere that there's a homeless person, she carries bottled water, she carries snacks, food, all that stuff in her car. She's constantly out there handing out stuff to people in need. And so although she's not here, I know that I'll be able to give her her award when she's here on Monday. We would like to honor Ms. Lorna Garner. Jared, where's your wife? I think she took her award off the table. Well, as Doug's going to go get her, she's working. Our 2025 Community Service Award winner goes to Ms. Mecca Dixon. Come on, I see you. Mecca, I'm honored and privileged to call her my friend and my sister. But I've never met a woman that is so dedicated. Dedicated to the band at Lincoln University, to the dance team at Lincoln University, to the Royal Tiger Works for her children, to BCB. And so, Miss Becca, I know I'm not going to call you Miss Becca, but Miss Becca, I love you, and we want to honor you, and you are our community service winner for this year.
She the go. That's the go right there. Yeah.
I knew it.
Hey, she said because it didn't have, we ran out of frame. Yeah. Give it up.
Becca, you gotta come down.
Yeah.
Don't go nowhere. I got to do my job. Where you going? Here we go. Bam. Look at the camera. What you award?
Now, this last person we didn't have a category for, we didn't have nominations for, because it was a BCB thing, okay? And so there's no way to describe somebody that is loyal. I couldn't put it into words, so I called it a Lasting Legacy Award. Because when someone's loyal and they're always there, and you can always depend on them, and when you're trying to build something and you need some food cooked or barbecued for a fundraiser, or you need somebody to make sure that there's someone here for the door to be open, for the food truck to get here, or just that somebody's here, just sitting here. He ain't gonna do nothing, but he would just be sitting here. And he's always been here. Now, my husband, he's been around longer with this gentleman than I have. And so his experiences from the beginning of BCB, before I came around, his right-hand man was Roger Dodger. Roger made his pamphlets for him. Roger was his secretary. Roger got it together. And so I appreciate appreciate Roger for that before I even knew who Roger Dodger was. And so our lasting legacy, because of his loyalty to BCB, and he's had some health issues over the last year or so and has not been able to barbecue for us anymore, but he's still loyal. You see, he's here tonight, and he has his wife by his side, Miss Sonia. But we want to honor Mr. Lawrence Roger Mitchell for creating lasting legacies here at BCB. We love you, Roger.
Give him a round of applause, y'all, because, hey, like I was telling y'all earlier, if he wouldn't have said, let's do it, Doug, we wouldn't be here right now. He believed. He believed off the conversation. He believed off the zeal. He saw the passion. He saw my heart. And he said, check this out, man. We can do this. I said, you know what? Let's do it. You start your barbecue business? Yeah, you hear me say that. You start your barbecue business, and you'll have a kitchen here at BCB, and that's what we did. He did every fundraiser, blood, sweat, and tears, scraping these floors, painting these walls. So I have to give him honor, man, because, see, when we alone, we get in our head. You see what I'm saying? See, he been alone because he haven't been around his people, or he can't get out as much as he used to, so he been getting in his head, feeling unloved. And then I get in my head feeling like a bad friend. And he tell me, Doug, you got your life, man. I know you busy. I know what you walking around with. I was there in the beginning. I said, you know what, Dodger? You so right. That's love right there. And you hear me? You hear me? So yes, please, anytime y'all see him, tell him thank you, man. Because he got behind this thing before it was even real. Because it was just in my head. So thank y'all again, y'all. Give it up.
I'm not a public speaker, but I am going to take a point of privilege because I think that we all should stop and take a minute, Mr. Wright, to just acknowledge these two people who, without them, we wouldn't be here tonight. I remember sitting in the teacher's chair when she was just in beauty school, and she had this dream. So I have enjoyed watching this dream come to fruition for them because before we were building community bridges, it was a dream. And before she met him, who has lifted her, he is her person and she is her. They make each other better. And together they have brought this for our community. And they really, really, really build bridges in our community. And I'm so thankful for the both of them. And we need to make sure that we pay and acknowledge what they have done for our community because they've been great for us.
And so with that, we do have something to celebrate for them. Don't go nowhere. Walkie, bring it out, my darling. Can we give it up for Alicia and Doug as we present to them the Leaders of Jefferson City Award and honoring them with a one-of-a-kind Black History belt, boxing belt, because they continue the fight. I'm gonna have Walkie explain it. All right.
Alright, hi everybody. My name is Walkie. This award was given to me by Daryl Smith down in Springfield. And this belt has a lot of champions in there. It has a lot of legends in there. People who box who step in the ring. So he gave me the belt. He said give it to somebody that's special. The first belt was given to Coach Moses because he's the legend in here. He's the one that did it all. He's the one that stepped into the ring, beat people up, get beat up, all that. So he has his belt sitting at home, catching some cold air. So this belt been sitting here. I wanted to give it to Doug and Alicia at a boxing show because these legends fight, but they doing a different fight. It's not in the ring, but it's out here. So we wanted to make sure we give this appreciation to them. And yeah, every day. Thank you.
And also, check out Unfiltered Thoughts, y'all. It's a podcast that we got. We're going to get back to shooting it. We're bringing out another podcast where we having guests on. It's called Storm. And Storm is struggles. It's struggles. I'm still getting it, y'all. It's struggles, resilience, opportunities, mindset. That is it. Storm. So that's what we'll be talking about. So I like to have people come on and they pick one of those subjects and we talk. And we see how it impacts the life. We figure it out. See, that's what I do, man. That's what Doug do. He come into people's lives to see what it is, what hope do they need, how can I spark, how can I help spark your life. And it starts from a simple handshake. Anybody who knows me, first thing I do is walk up and say, hey, how you doing? And it starts right there. And if you ain't hitting me right with that handshake, first thing I'm coming to you is how's your confidence? It's the most important thing about a person when you first meet is that handshake. And it's off to the races from there, y'all. See, I came from the darkness, man. I have nothing. I had nothing. But I have more in my life, and I done had millions and went through millions of dollars, y'all. I'm serious when I say that. I've been selling drugs from the age 12 years old till I was 38. Okay, in Detroit, Michigan, off and on. Okay, came up in the crack pandemic. I lived them streets. Had to survive on. And that's what I tell these young people. Just like y'all just felt that, they feel it too when I say it. I done seen things and did things I wouldn't want nobody to have to go through. So it's about igniting that hope for me, y'all. Because that the world and its distraction is killing us, and our hope and it's coming into our houses. See, one of the things that I tell the youth here is that if a person haven't hurt you here, you can't treat them like a person who has. That's called love. And when you have love, you have principles. And anytime you rub against the principle, that means you got to stand, right? Then the flesh get mad. Because when you're in the book of Romans, and God dealing with us, the flesh get mad. It's a natural thing. But we're here to conquer that flesh, y'all. We're here to conquer this plane. It's your life. Own it. Because you only get one. And this memory. My life is to pay it forward. Tell my story. And your life is a testimony for others. That's what I learned. That's how important history is, and they want to take it from us. Because we've learned how important we are through history. And I didn't start learning this stuff till I was 38, y'all. It's sad. When I went and learned in the Moody house that he taught his daughter how to run a business at 6, 7, 8. Made $1 million business at 6. They did the same thing to me, but they taught me the wrong way. And now I do it the right way. So thank you again.
I'm not long-winded like you. Thank you guys for all coming. Appreciate everyone for coming out. all the honorees, thank you for all the work that you do in our community to make Chastity great. There is a dance until 11 if anyone wants to stay and party. We do have DJ KB on the ones and the twos. Thank you guys all for coming out, and I'm going to turn it back over to our MC.
All right, let's give it up for everybody in the room. One last time, a resounding applause, a resounding applause for everyone. Did you know that there was this many heavy hitters here? No, but we are here. So we appreciate everyone for making time to celebrate one another and celebrate yourself. Please be sure to communicate, connect, and stay in touch with everyone in here because the next event may be with them. All right? Shout out to BCB. Shout out to all the honorees. Please stay and party with us at least 10 more minutes. We're going to hit the cha-cha slide, the Cupid shuffle, and a little bit more razzle-dazzle.
Give a big shout out to our DJ Lone Wolf Entertainment in the house. Another young black entrepreneur, y'all. Give it up for him and thank you. So if you need any weddings, any DJ parties, you know, look him up and check him out. Thank you again. You know what I like to do.
These are tough times we live in, but still we can't just give in. We must stand tall and live strong. It's up to the youth to live on.
And carry this torch we pass down. You see, I know it's not the last round. In the next generation, my faith is unwavering.
My confidence in you is unshakable, because I know that you're willing and far and capable. Doing all that must be done, but to do it all must be right.
Life can be better than most of us dream. So once you take the reins, believe in your greatness which lies within.
Please stay tuned to our monthly lit fundraiser. We will be having bits on the prizes, y'all, for the whole new rest of the year. I hope you enjoyed yourself tonight. Come and listen. Never forward in the house. All right. Then about one more time. Come from all the way from the front of the BCB. Yes, sir. Well, Black man. And we got another four Oscar here. BCB family in the house. I can just walk around. She's a sister over here right here. Give a round of applause. OES Food Chapter 87 in the house. Oh yeah. Thank you. I hope everybody got our future joining us at Building Community Bridges. God, I'm gonna go. Thank you. Hey, Mr. Wilkie Ballancourt, praising Wilkie Ballancourt. Mr. Jared Austin, could you come take a lead? Mr. Jared Austin. Mr. Wilkie Ballancourt, Mr. Wilkie Ballancourt. Hey,